Hi everyone and welcome to this new episode. Today we're going to be talking about a really important difference between the imperfect and the past tense in Italian. Now, just to make things very clear, I'm referring to the imperfect and the past tense in the indicative form, not just subjunctive, which you don't have in English but we do have in Italian, but that's a completely different story. Now, both the imperfect and the past tense are used to talk about actions happened in the past, but in different situations or context. Now, let's look at the imperfect, the so-called imperfetto. Now, the imperfect is mainly used to describe situations, people, places, or emotions in the past, but also to talk about habits or repeated actions in the past, and to indicate an ongoing action in the past, often interrupted by another, but not necessarily, I would add. Now, let's look at the examples. Ieri faceva freddo e il cielo era nuvoloso. So yesterday it was cold and the sky was cloudy. Now, that's for sure a description about yesterday's weather, so a description about the past. That's why we used in Italian the imperfect. Now, second example, da bambina giocavo sempre al parco. So as a child, I used to play in the park all the time. I would just like to underline that some of my American students might argue that they would translate that sentence in English as a child, I would play in the park all the time. But I would definitely prefer the first translation, just because the usage of the conditional with I would play might make things a little bit harder to understand or challenging or confusing in Italian, just because in Italian we would never use the conditional that way. So we would definitely use the imperfect. Now, third example. Mentre leggeva, ha ricevuto una chiamata. So while he was reading, he received a call. So first action, past continuous in English, imperfect in Italian. Action still in progress in the past. Second action, we use the past tense and you would use the past tense too. So while he was reading, he received a call. Mentre leggeva, ha ricevuto una chiamata. Now, last example, mentre parlavo, tu mi ascoltavi. So while I was speaking or while I was talking, you were listening. So couple of actions, both in past continuous in English, both are in the imperfect in Italian. Both actions are happening at the same time. Now let's look at the past tense. So the past tense is used for completed actions, a sequence of past events, or actions with a clear beginning and end. For example, ieri ho visto un bel film. Yesterday I watched a great movie or a great film. Stamattina sono uscita di casa alle 8. This morning I left home at 8. Abbiamo cenato e poi siamo andati al cinema. So we had dinner and then went to the movies. I hope this has been kind of useful for you guys. And thank you. Bye.